Okay, looking a little rough, feeling a little rough. It is Monday, the 31st of August, which is the day before a lot of things happen. So this is what we're gonna do. Run down all the shit that I need to accomplish in September and make this into a vlog. So, first off, of course, Demonathon is happening throughout the entire month of September, so I'm really excited about that. You know what? Let's just take a gander at how many people have signed up, because you know I have my computer right here, and that is not the form that I wanted. But yes, hello, 135 of you as of this moment at almost 11:30 in the morning. Guys, like, there's so many of you. I'm so excited. I'm so happy. And like, a lot of people are using the Twitter, and I'm able to like retweet and everything. It's so much fun. Now I'm gonna be bothered because I'm a squirrel today. Hello, Cheyenne. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And like, so many people been like so complimentary about like the work that I put in, which was all stressful, but I'm very happy. In addition to Demonathon, we have Monsterathon. And while I'm not personally like the head of it, I am helping to co-host, and at some point I'm going to be helping running the movie nights at some point. Haven't figured that all out yet, but going to be doing that. I am a little frazzled. I am so sorry. Everything is just everywhere. I technically don't even know if I'm like really supposed to talk about this necessarily, but there's nothing saying that I can't. So vague. I was approached to talk about my writing in a very professional sense. I know that's not very helpful, but I've never heard of this type of situation happening, so I don't know what to expect, and that's also happening tomorrow. What is with September 1st? I don't know. I don't know if this is gonna lead to anything, which I'm like, on the one hand, I'm really hoping it will, because that would be amazing, and I would be exploding out of my skin if it did. On the other hand, this could be nothing, and I'm sort of prepared for this more than this, but I'm kind of hoping that it's amazing and wonderful, and this will lead to me being traditionally published professionally things. But I've been freaking out about this for the last few days, and yeah, that's kind of where I am. And this leads into the last thing that's happening on the 1st, because I'm dumb, which is Cheyenne convinced me to join in with Kate Kavanaugh's 1 million words written in a year. Now, that's a lot of words. It is 2,740-ish words per day. For those of you who don't do the writing thing, that's a lot. Like, when we do NaNoWriMo, which is like one of the biggest writing events of the year, excuse me, that's only 1,667 words a day, if you want to like chunk it out. Of course, you know, a lot of times you do more, sometimes you do less, it evens out, but like this million words in a year is double what we do NaNoWriMo, and NaNoWriMo is hard. So yeah, this is gonna be great. However, it does mean that I will win Nano this year like twice over, so that'll be fun. So I'm kind of waiting for tomorrow to like the phone call that I'm gonna have to happen, because I don't know what's gonna happen on this phone call necessarily. The term that has been thrown around is brainstorming, but I'm like, brainstorming about what? And of course, me being the awkward bean that I am, didn't ask, and that window is closed. So no idea what is going to happen there. But that said, depending on how that phone call goes, I guess that's going to really sort of determine what project I start first, because as much as I want to start writing Darkest Sun, I think that that might not be a good idea. I have a YA retelling of an obscure Grimm's fairy tale that it's like a third done. Like, as far as like the first draft or zero drafting or whatever you want to call it, like I have the first like just under 40,000 words done, and that I haven't really plotted out. I was sort of just wading my way through a bunch of things that were in my head and trying to make them make sense. But now that I have to actually possibly publish this, I'm plotting, which means that the stickies are out. But yeah, I think that if there's a possibility of me publishing, that might be the project that I work on first for this million words in a year. And it will push me to actually do that. If not, I might just pick up Darkest Sun because I really, really want to work on that. I get to write about awful people in awful situations doing awful things to each other. That's kind of on brand for me. We will see. We will see. I mean, obviously, it's a million words. It's a lot of words, so I'll probably end up doing both anyway. But yeah, we'll see. A couple of things about the million words. Hooty ha. What counts for a million words? Obviously, anything that I do for story, so outlining, revision, actual writing, rewriting, etc. That all counts. My blog counts. So hopefully I will be putting a little bit more time into my blog, because right now it's very hit and miss with my schedule there. Also, anything that I write for Demonathon, because I do write quite a bit for Demonathon. That's all going to count along with the revisions. I'm trying to think of other things that count, but essentially if it's creative writing or anything of the creative process, it counts towards my word count. I know that I stress write, which may make September quite productive. I don't know. I also have to read a lot this month, so who knows. But I do tend to stress write, so I'm kind of hoping that it will push me a little bit over what I need to be at the end of the month. But for just the kind of bullshit whatever writing that I've been doing so far in the year, and that includes revision, and that actually excludes all the words that I wrote for a World Anvil, and I don't think that it includes my blogs either. I have already written 500,000 words this year, like since February, so like 6-ish months, which blows my mind, but I guess this is what I do, so I guess I shouldn't be too surprised. But yeah, I have written and edited 500,000 words already. I don't know, is this right? Like, I keep like doubting myself, like this is not something that I am capable of doing. And I fully expect to fail, because like we've been in quarantine, so what else am I gonna do? I do have other interests, I promise I do, but like writing is very comfortable for me, and so again, I stress write. If I'm stressed, I want to write, I want to create, I want to like escape this world and go plot myself in another one that I made up in my brain. Hey, 136, another person just signed up. I'm really happy. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at, and September's gonna be really stressful. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Additionally, I'm probably gonna be moving at some point, so you'll probably see a little bit of a travel vlog at some point. I have no idea, because we never have any idea. That's all for now. Hopefully I will actually remember to, you know, post and edit this like I never do anymore. So I will be probably less active on social media just generally because I'm writing. However, I will be posting more on YouTube. I'm gonna try to figure out like a little bit of an editing schedule, because I want to vlog every day. I want my vlogs to be a little bit more open, if you will. I want them to be more frequent. We shall see. And yeah, that's all I have for you for now. So I will see you tomorrow on the 1st, probably after the phone call, because I'm going to be flipping out afterwards. Regardless of like what happens, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be flipping out. So I'll see you tomorrow.
Here's a dance you ought to do. Let me introduce to you, posing. Everybody pose. Here's a dance you ought to do. Let me introduce to you, posing. Everybody pose. phone. Everybody, everybody, everybody then dance. Everybody, everybody, everybody then dance. Everybody, everybody, everybody then dance. Everybody, everybody, everybody then.
And even more like a hot mess than yesterday, but there's a good reason for that. So the thing that just happened is that I have an opportunity to get an agent in a very non-traditional way, and I'm freaking out. Sorry if you can hear my computer, it's overheating for some reason. Yeah, I'm a little freaking out. It's been about an hour and 15, 20 since I got off the phone, and still sort of coming down off of the amazing, like, high that I'm experiencing. A door has opened and I need to work on this more. Yeah, so gonna be working on what is tentatively being called Furs and Silks. I need to get a better name for that. It sounds bad. So that's gonna be my first project. There's about 40,000 words done right now, and obviously I need to actually finish it, but I'm gonna be working on outlining, synopsising, blah blah blah-ing, so I can send that off, and yeah. Things are happening. Again, I don't know if I can technically talk about, like, details or anything. Obviously, like, nothing has happened yet. It's just, I have an opportunity. So, can't go into too much detail, but it's exciting. And I'm so excited. And I'm a little bit in denial that anything is happening right now. But, yeah, I'm very excited. I'm very happy. I don't know what to do with myself right now. I'm going to get some celebratory wine, possibly sushi. I don't know yet, but that's gonna be the rest of my day. I'm setting up a couple of things just to work on in the meantime, because today is September 1st, which means that I have to read a lot and I have to write a lot, and I haven't really written today yet. So there's still stuff to be done. I can't just sit on my butt, twiddle my thumbs, try to get over myself. So yeah, that's everything for today, and I will see you tomorrow. Okay, so it is the 2nd. It's looking slightly less rough. So plan for today is I'm going to do some research. I have to make a couple of, like, name decisions, so that's gonna be fun. And yeah, I have to make some major decisions about my manuscript for Silks and Furs, or Furs and Silks, or whatever the fuck I'm gonna call this. I was going to just make the decision down the line when, you know, I was more into, like, the meat of the story, and I suppose that, I mean, there's always possibilities of these things changing, but I need to write a synopsis, so I have to make some decisions, and a couple of these decisions I don't want to make, like, you know, like love interest things, because I love everyone. I don't want to make this decision. That needs to happen, and that's what I'm going to be working on today. I have already done the dishes. I have already cleaned up my workspace. Okay, I'm going to show this to you, because this is how it goes. Like, that's not very coordinated. It still looks like a mess, but that's about as good as it's going to get for now. Also, I have grapes, which I'm very happy about. Yeah, that's kind of where I am today. I also need to, I really need to finish up Strange the Dreamer. I have been putting this off for so long. I've only been reading about 15 to 20 minutes a day for the last month, and that needs to change, like, pronto. Not just because I have 8 books to read this time around, but also because, like, the Strange the Dreamer live show is around the corner. It will be, probably by the time you watch this, it'll be next weekend. So I need to finish it. Everything is just everywhere. Yesterday I got, like, no work done. I did get work done. I did edit a blog post that I had written a while back, and I meant to post it a lot sooner, but I'm having a lot of doubts of whether or not I want to open that discussion. And I guess that's the problem with me in blog posts, is that I have ideas, I write them down, and then I second guess myself on whether or not I want to open that door and have the full discussion, because these are just my thoughts. I have nothing to rebut against. So if anyone were ever to comment, I don't know exactly what I would do. So I chicken out and don't post them. I don't know. But like I got my word count in yesterday just from editing. I actually wrote, like physically wrote about 500 words, but I edited something like 3,000 or something to that effect. So it was fine. I made my word count for yesterday. Today I'm going to actually try to like write and things that actually matter, not just like the stupid nonsense for fun stuff that I have been writing for the last 6 months or so. So my battery's dying, so I will sign off here and see you tomorrow. Bye.
I hope I don't wake again. My thoughts burning. I hope I can't breathe again. I can't see straight. I hope I don't wake again. My thoughts burning. I hope I can't breathe again. I can't see straight. I hope I don't wake again. My thoughts burning. I hope I can't breathe again. I can't see straight. I hope I don't wake again. My thoughts burning. I hope I can't breathe again. I can't see straight. I hope I don't wake again. My thoughts burning. I hope I can't.
It is Thursday, September 3rd, and don't mind half my face. I just apparently decided to break out last night. I got some personal bad news yesterday, which detracted me from my word count. However, I still got 1,700-ish words done yesterday. I finished my synopsis. I'm still gonna go over it and see if there's anything that I can do to make it better. Did the synopsis. So it's not a typical synopsis, because you're only supposed to have that be like condensed to like a page or two, and mine double-spaced ended up being 5 pages, which for my purposes works fine, but typically, as from my understanding, that's not how that works. But regardless, that is what happened. And as I was like making decisions yesterday, I went down the YouTube and wiki rabbit hole and started looking up things to sort of like see if there was any sort of basis that I could latch onto for my work. Furs and Silks is a retelling of an obscure fairy tale. And I'm like, okay, so let's start with, I have this vague notion of religion. I also have this vague notion of fashion. I also have this vague notion of what time period fairy tales are supposed to be taking place. I decided to look these up to see if any of these things are viable. Like, okay, I'm going to make this a medieval thing, or I'm going to make this a Renaissance thing, or maybe because of X, Y, and Z historical reasons, I should place it about this time era. Okay, what are the fashions that I am sort of seeing in my head? Do they line up with that? Not that I think that fantasy, or my fantasy specifically, has to keep to, you know, strict historical rules, but it's like, okay, is the notion of, you know, gold thread way too early or way too late for this time period that I'm thinking about? P.S. It is not. Found that out real interesting about gold work and such and so forth. Also found out that even though the Grimm's fairy tale book was published in like the mid 1700s, the style of fairy tale had been told in like salons kind of thing for like 100 years prior, and it's really weird and interesting, and would like to someday look into that a little bit more, but my cursory like Google search came up with some really interesting information. But yeah, I did a whole bunch of that stuff yesterday. I don't know if any of that made sense. I'm stream of consciousness right now. The coffee hasn't kicked in yet. So I've firmly decided that it's going to be nebulously in the early to medieval period. And there's going to be a lot of things that just don't add up, or not that I have found any evidence to support, as far as like some choices, and especially with like society and fashion and like all the cultural aspects, particularly because this is supposed to be a European-centric fairy tale. So I haven't found any online evidence for it. It might exist somewhere. I can't be asked right now to make those decisions. That said, we've made some decisions. I've made some naming decisions, which is fun. I spent way too long on behind the name. Yeah, I think I have an ending as well, because I finished the synopsis, which is supposed to include the ending. I'm not mad at it. I just feel like it's not that I'm going to stumble through the ending. It's that I don't think my synopsis is going to quite line up with how this is really going to have to turn out. I typically write with some people call it the flashlight method, some people call it the gardening, some people call it pantsing, but like I know sort of where I need to end, but like whether or not it comes out like truly the way that I've planned it is a very different issue. I don't know. I hope that's okay for my purposes, for what I need to do and what I need to turn in for, because that would be great. That would be awesome if that was fine. I'm like only moderately excited for this project, not because like I have no passion for it or whatever. It was just that I was kind of in my head determined to write Darkest Sun, and instead I am writing Furs and Silks, which has like, they are such on opposite ends of the spectrum of writing. Yeah, I was not hyping myself up to do this, but now that I have it, here I am, and this is what I need to do. Actually, I wanted to sort of pose this question because my husband was talking about it as I was telling him about my research hole. Do you guys want to hear about my research? Like, maybe not in any like great detail, but like the process? I don't know. I feel like that's uninteresting / everyone does it and you can find it like a million places elsewhere. But if you find it interesting, like please leave a comment below. Maybe I'll do something with that. Ideas, content, I don't know. Help me. Yeah, I guess I will see you tomorrow. Okay, so it is Tuesday the 8th. Just got out of the shower. Well, I know that I have not vlogged in like 4 days. Really nothing has happened. I'm actually ahead of schedule for Milwordy, over 20,000 words, either written or edited. Most of that has been editing. We did some sprints on Saturday. That was fun. Did that for a couple of hours. Met a couple of new people who were just, I guess, trolling the writer end of Twitter, so that was kind of fun. So hello to all new people if you are subscribed / here watching, and I really appreciated you coming to write in. That was quite fun. Hopefully we will see you next time. It won't be this weekend, it'll be next weekend, the weekend after that, whatever, and it'll be on Cheyenne's channel, so we'll make announcements there. Had a really good Labor Day. Went out to the countryside and had a beer or two. Had really good food. Obviously I got a little sunburned. Honestly, like, it doesn't hurt or anything. I'm just, I don't see the sun ever, so had to leave a little reminder that I'm not a creature of the outdoors. So there we are. I guess this is where I'm going to leave this vlog. Hopefully I'll get this up in like today or tomorrow, but yeah. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell down below if you have not already for content that will be better than this, but similar. Hopefully this will be a little bit more regular. I won't be posting like in the middle of the week. It'll be like Saturdays, hopefully. So, yeah, thanks so much, and I will see you. Bye.
She said it will never go away. I know There is nothing left to say. Can we try to hold on just for now, even if we don't know how to show them what we're all about?